Hey everyone, welcome to this tutorial. Today we are going to be covering some basic organ concepts and features like our drawbar settings and what these drawbars actually do, and a few other like switches and things over here on the organ. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing I want to talk about is our pedal drawbars and what they sound like. So our drawbar here on the left controls, and it's these two right here, these two control the pedals. But right here, okay, this is the lower octave of the two. So you can hear that. Now if I pull this right one out, okay, that's actually an octave above this other drawbar. So together they sound like this. Okay, now I don't tend to play with both of them, and really you don't need to. This left one really does the job, and it doesn't sound muddy whenever you've just got one. So I tend to play, you know, with this left drawbar and only that one. Okay, so that's what these do. Now, each of these over here in this next section, so I'm over here in the third section of drawbars, okay? And they all have a unique tone, so as I pull them out one by one, I'm going to play, and you'll be able to hear the difference. So here we go. Okay, now let's do that backwards. Okay, so now that we're full open here, let's pull this one out too. So as you can tell, each drawbar has its own unique sound, and so when we arrange them in different ways, you know, we will get different tones. Okay, so let's leave that there just for a second. Now notice we've got four actual sets of drawbars. Okay, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're excluding these pedals for right now. So how do we control them? How do we know how to, use the different ones? Well, we've got two tiers here, so we're going to go to the top tier, the top keyboard here, and this B flat. Okay, we've got several of these reverse keys, and they all have they're just different sounds and things. We'll go through that later, but if we press this B flat, that controls this first set of drawbars. Okay, so I can have a setting on this B flat and a setting here on this B, and they'll sound totally different. Well, let's see. Like, I've got the B pressed. Let's turn that off. Okay, now I press the B flat, and it changes the sound because this B flat controls this set of drawbars, and then the B controls these drawbars. Okay, same deal down here on the bottom keyboard. Okay, this B flat controls this set of drawbars, okay? And then if I press this B right here, it controls these drawbars. So same concept. Now if we go back up to the top, okay, when we've got this B pressed, this B corresponds with the percussion setting, okay? So I'm going to turn on my percussion setting. Okay, that gives it a little punch. So let's turn it off and compare. Okay, now let's turn it on. Okay, so now you've got on, okay, so we just turned it on. You've got normal and soft, so this is soft. It's not as, you can't hear it as much when it's on soft. Okay, now we put it on normal, fast and slow. That controls the decay. And then we've got two other settings here. We just have to switch them out. We've got third right now. Okay, now this is second. if you get to start playing with these, then you'll realize these have, you know, different sounds. So you've got a couple different settings you can work with. Okay, so let's turn that back off. Now, we were talking earlier, you know, just about our drawbars and things. So these first 4 or 5 here really control the low end, okay, of the tones. And what you've actually got here is a really cool bass tone. And I actually use this setting if I'm doing the bass in my left hand and I'm not using my foot, which doesn't happen very often. Never happens if I've got a bass player with me. But it gives you a real nice bass tone. Okay. So these last 5, okay, they control the high end there. So as we pull them back out, you have that real high end, and then these will bring in the lower end. Okay. All right, now let's talk about our vibrato. Okay, let's switch both of these on. That's off, and this is on, so you can tell, really, the one that makes the biggest difference here is this vibrato grate, okay? There's not a whole lot of difference if you switch this vibrato swell on. And you know, you don't really get anything if this vibrato swell is pressed by itself, but if you press them together, and right now I'm on C3 on this wheel, you can actually spin that, but I'm on C3 here. Okay, now there's different settings. Let's go to something that's not as harsh here. Okay, you can actually use this if you want to achieve, you know, a little bit more intensity. So it just gives a little bit more, you know, if you need it. Okay. So if we turn it off, you know, we don't have that vibrato sound. But you can totally hear the difference. So another thing that you use all the time is your Leslie switch, okay? And you'll hear this happen whether you're playing or not. Whenever you flip this to the right, you get that tremolo sound, okay? Now as you flip it to the left, you hear how you don't have that tremolo anymore. So what actually happens is inside the Leslie cabinet there is a motor that is spinning, and it spins fast whenever you turn it on tremolo, okay? And as you turn it to the left and it switches to chorus mode, that motor starts going really slow, and you'll hear it. So let's, just like that, you can hear it spinning like that, and then as you flip it, okay, now you can get some real intensity if you flip that on, this Leslie switch on, and then your vibrato. Okay, let's try this.